Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's the boy 10. You know what it is. Today we're watching this video called 15 Brutally Honest Truths That Give You an Unfair Advantage in Life. Okay, let's see what we're talking about, shall we? Video by Blunt Guy. Blunt Guy. He's blunt with it. Alright, straight into it then.
Let's cut the noise. You're not stuck because you're lazy. You're stuck because you're still playing by rules you didn't write, waiting to be picked, to be validated. Meanwhile, louder, dumber people are passing you, not because they're better, but because they know something you don't. Life doesn't reward effort. It rewards leverage and the courage to stop asking for permission. You think you're falling behind? You are, but not for the reasons you believe. Because right now, someone with less talent is outworking you. Someone with less skill is out-earning you. And someone with less fear is building the life you keep fantasizing about. This video won't motivate you. It's here to reprogram you. 15 truths. Unfiltered, uncomfortable, the kind of truths that make weak people scroll and strong people dangerous. Let's begin. Truth 1. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. Let's kill the fairy tale right now. You don't magically get what you're worth. You get what you're willing to fight for. And most people? They were trained to follow instructions, not to demand better. That's why someone less qualified is making more money than you. Why someone with less experience is leading the project you wanted. And why the quiet, hard-working guy at the office always gets passed up. Not because he's not talented, but because he never asks. The world isn't fair. It's not supposed to be. But it is responsive to those who negotiate with confidence. Think about it. How many times have you accepted less than you wanted just to not cause problems? Meanwhile, someone else asked for more and got it. Stop hoping to be discovered. Start demanding to be seen. Because if you're not negotiating, you're getting negotiated against. Truth 2. The world doesn't reward potential.
I agree. I agree. But it also has its nuances. Like sometimes you have to settle for less simply because you have a bigger goal in mind. For example, for actors who are trying to break into the industry, who are trying to be relevant, their first role, they're not out here demand, even though they're really good, they might believe they're really good. The first role offered to you, you don't go out here demanding, the biggest pay because first of all, you need to understand where you're coming from. You might have the skill set, you might have everything that would make you a superstar later on, but you are not one yet. So they might cheat you, they might give you less than in fact what the average other actor is getting, but you know where you're going, you know what that movie might do for your career, where it will take you, the eyes it will place you in front of, you understand? So in similar situations and cases like that, you just learn to, okay, weigh the, because money is in everything, and sometimes when we go for instant gratification, we lose the bigger rewards that come with delayed gratification. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do agree.
Only proof. This one hurts, especially if you've been told you're full of potential your whole life. You could be the smartest person in the room, the most creative, the hardest working. But if there's no proof, no results, no receipts, nobody cares. The world doesn't reward maybes. It rewards momentum. You don't get hired for your potential. You get hired because someone saw you execute. You don't grow a brand because you could make great content. You grow it because you hit post again and again, even when it sucked. The people winning aren't always better. They're just posts. You don't grow a brand because you could make great content. You grow it because you hit post again and again, even when it sucked. The people winning aren't always better. They're just more visible. They shipped faster. They built louder. They stacked proof while you were still tweaking. And here's the part that stings. Potential is actually a trap. It feels good, sounds flattering, but it gives your brain a reason to stall. Stop collecting compliments. Start collecting evidence. Truth 3. People trust.
Agreed. Once again, some people feel too comfortable because people tell them, oh, you have so much potential. Oh, you're going to be a star. Oh, you're going to be big. Oh, you're going to be successful. But if you don't get off your ass and do something, that's never going to happen, bruh. You need to stop living as the guy who has potential and the guy who's actually living his potential, because that's where the recognition comes from. That's where the money comes from. It's not, nobody looks at you and, maybe visionaries can look at you and be like, yeah, but the average guy walking on the road doesn't care about your potential. You don't get women by having potential. Nobody cares. You actually have to get up and do the work and actually make yourself the guy that people see you being, possibly. So, yeah, I agree.
Confidence more than competence. You think if you just get better at your craft, the world will notice. Nope. We live in the age of perception, and perception rewards the bold. Confidence isn't a soft skill. It's a survival tool. That's why someone with half your skill set is leading the meeting. That's why the loud guy with wrong answers gets the mic, and why you, with all your knowledge, still hesitate to speak up. Because confidence isn't about being right, it's about being convincing. And here's the wild part. Confidence doesn't even have to be real. Fake confidence still works. Because people mirror your belief in yourself. Walk into a room like you belong, and most people won't question you. Stay quiet, shrink back, over-apologize, and people will assume you're not worth listening to. So no, the world won't always reward the most talented, but it will reward the one who shows up like they already won. Truth. 4. You don't need to be liked, just respected. This one stings, especially if you were raised to be a people pleaser. You don't need everyone to like you. You don't even need most people to like you. You just need them to know you're not someone to mess with. Being liked is comfortable. Being respected is power. You can be the kindest person in the room, but if you let people walk all over you, you won't get a medal. You'll get taken advantage of. And here's the trap. Trying to be liked by everyone usually makes people like you less because it comes off needy. Performative, fake, respect, that comes from having boundaries, from showing your values, even when it's inconvenient, from being honest when it would have been easier to stay silent. Stop being scared of being misunderstood. Start being someone whose silence feels intentional, not insecure. Because the second people realize you don't need their approval, they start treating you differently. Truth 5. Most talent is consistent.
I agree. And that's where the trap of the nice guy falls in. It's not that nice guys finish last, it's that weak guys, you know? You you are not supposed to be toxic to women. That's not the play. You're not supposed to. And of course, this is this beyond just relationships. But I just want to use this as an example. You're not losing because you are being nice to women. That's not it. You're supposed to be nice to them. You're losing because you keep being nice to them even when they are obviously playing you. That's where you start to lose, because the minute you get a whiff of disrespect or something you don't like, they do something you don't like, and you do not have the stomach to say your mind or place a boundary firmly, that's where you start to lose, because now you're not even a nice guy anymore. You're a doormat. They tell you whatever, they say whatever, you smile, you laugh it off, you don't have the guts, the balls to tell them off. That's why you're not, that's why that's why you feel the way you feel. I don't have to spell it out for you. The same way in life, you don't have to be liked. You're striving to be liked by people is actually what's making you repulsive to most people, because you come off as fake. You come off as ingenuine. Is that a real word? You just come off as inauthentic. And then people just start to like, nope, he's friends with this guy, this guy, this guy, like he's just everywhere. No, 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 no. You need to be able to know your people, stay your people. You need to have selective attention. You can't just be out here giving everybody. Be selective. That screams premium. That screams not average. So yeah.
Consistency in disguise. You ever scroll past someone blowing up and think, how the hell are they winning? It's not always skill.
If you're wondering how I score top essay marks like these in university, one of my secret weapons.
It's not always luck. It's usually this. They just kept going when most people would have quit. You've been sold this idea that success is about being born gifted. But the people who win, they just show up more. You think your content isn't working? Check how many posts you've actually made. You think your skills aren't good enough? Cool. How many reps have you done publicly? The harsh truth is, most people don't fail because they suck. They fail because they stop. They post 3 times, see no results, and go ghost. They start a routine, break it once, and spiral. They look at someone consistent and call it talent, when it's just discipline plus time. If you want to be dangerous, be the one who doesn't flinch when it gets boring. Truth 6.
Bang! That's another heavy hitter, bruh. A lot of us, the only thing, like when I say a lot of us, I mean 9 of all of us. The reason we're not living the life we dream of is simply because we didn't put in enough time and consistency to get there. You believe that just because it's a dream and you feel like you're good at it, it should take you little to no effort to get there, right? But no, that's not how it works. You're going to put blood, sweat, and tears into that because everybody else has that same dream. At least, well, not the same dream, but most people are looking forward to better lives as you. And most of them are probably in your same niche, in your same lane. Everybody's trying to be a content creator. YouTube, the algorithm is juggling probably 3 billion content creators every day. It's going to take time. The algorithm isn't going to know, oh yeah, this guy is supposed to be here. Let's blow up his first video. No. Come on, man. You have to keep doing it. You have to keep adjusting. You have to keep, trying to refine your content, make it look better, make it sound better, thumbnails, titles. And one day, bam, the world recognizes you. The world finally tunes in and it's like, okay, all right, we're listening to you now. But it only comes from consistency and intentional effort, So if you listen to this, the only thing stopping you from success is you stopping. So you stopping is stopping you. That's a bar. You stopping is stopping you. That's what I'm going to name this video. I don't care. You stopping is stopping you.
Rock bottom isn't the end. It's the start of leverage. Here's the plot twist no one talks about. Rock bottom isn't failure. It's freedom. Once you've lost what you were scared of losing, you become a threat. No expectations to manage, no image to protect, no more pretending you're okay when you're clearly not. It hurts? Yeah. But it also forces clarity, because when your old life falls apart, your real one has space to begin. Some of the most powerful people alive started with nothing, not because they were inspired, but because they had no other option, no backup plan, no ego, just urgency. You don't have to want to hit rock bottom, but if you're there, good. Now you've got nothing to lose. Let that be the start of your leverage, not the excuse to stay stuck. Truth 7. You're not behind, but you will be. If you keep scrolling instead of building, you're not as late as you think, but the clock's still ticking. Every scroll you convince yourself is inspiration, that's 15 more minutes you didn't use to actually build. Most people don't lose inspiration, that's 15 more minutes you didn't use to actually build. Most people don't lose because they're slow. They lose because they stay in input mode forever. YouTube tutorials, productivity podcasts, motivational reels. It feels like progress, but it's not. You don't grow from what you consume. You grow from what you create. And here's what no one wants to admit. The people you admire, they're not better than you. They're just earlier in the game because they started while you were still hesitating. You don't need more tips. You need more output. Write the script. Launch the thing. Post the version. You don't need more tips. You need more output. Write the script. Launch the thing. Post the version you're not 100% proud of. Because if you're still scrolling tomorrow, you are falling behind. Truth 8. Clarity is a weapon. Ambiguity keeps people average. Most people walk through life like it's a foggy room. They kind of sort of want success. Maybe they want to grow. Eventually they'll get around to it when life chills out, but life won't chill out. And that vague, blurry energy, it's killing your momentum. Ambiguity is how you stay stuck without realizing it. Because if you don't know what you want, you won't know what to say no to. And guess what? The more options you allow in, the more traction you lose. Clarity cuts through that. I want this. I'm doing it by this time. And I'll say no to anything that slows me down. That kind of focus, dangerous. Most people are busy, but the clear ones, they're the ones who get scary, effective, fast.
Work today is broken. We're all working in too many disconnected apps, and it's killing team productivity. But for the first time, there's
Truth 9. If you're not obsessed, Someone who is will outwork you. You want balance? Cool. Just understand someone else wants your dream, and they want it more. They're waking up earlier. They're skipping comfort. They're putting in disgusting amounts of reps, not because they're more talented, because they're obsessed.
I agree once again, the last tip and this one. Bruh, success is simply focus plus intentional effort over time. That's it. I don't care who's telling you anything else, any other YouTube video. This is all you need to hear. No amount of motivation, no amount of prayer, is going to give you that success if you do not put these two things into play. Focus. Know what you want, know where you want to go, know what you want to be, know who you want to be, know where you want to be in life in another few years, whatever. An intentional effort every single day, be able to put in the work, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, even when it feels like, bruh, this is where you should, it doesn't even make any sense. Why are you even doing this? Everything, doubt is screaming in your head, whatever. Do it. And then do it again, and again, and again, and again. And then success. Because you think about it, you're like, why do I have to keep doing it again and again and again? When will the success come? Think about it. When the success comes, what are you going to do? Are you just going to stop? Okay, it's finally here. I'm not going to do it again. No. If you dream of being a content creator, you're literally saying you want to make content for the rest of your life. If you want to make content for the rest of your life, you're going to make content every single day. So don't think about the work you have to put in every day until the world notices you as work. Think about it as what you want to do. This is what you want to do. Yes, no validation. Yes, none of that is coming in yet. But this is literally what you want to do. So enjoy it without the validation. Because when it comes, it's going to get normal very quickly, and even come with a little trouble of its own. Yes, the money would be there, but so will a lot of other things, But it wouldn't stop you, It's not going to, you're not going to say, okay, now I'm successful, I'm a public figure, no more content, and then go sleep. No, you're going to keep making content. So just keep making content. That's all. I keep adjusting, keep growing, keep maturing your style. And, bruh, success will no longer be a matter of if, it's just a matter of when.
Obsession is uncomfortable, but it's the reason winners are always a few years ahead and never looking back. You can't casually chase something and expect to beat someone who treats it like oxygen. They're willing to fail in public, to work weekends, to bleed for it. And if you're still worried about what people think, they're passing you in real time. The truth? You don't need to match their talent. You just need to match their hunger, or accept that someone hungrier will do it for you. Truth 10. Most people secretly want permission to quit. This one's dark, because you've probably felt it too. Most people don't actually want success. They want a valid excuse to stop trying. They want someone to say, it's okay, you gave it your best shot. You can rest now. Because pushing forward, risking failure again, admitting you still want it, that takes energy most people don't have anymore. So they mask it with burnout, with sarcasm, with the classic, I'm just not that into it anymore. But deep down, they're hoping the dream dies before they have to. Here's the edge. If you can be the one who doesn't quit quietly, you stand out without even trying. You don't have to be better. You just have to stay in the ring longer than the people secretly waiting for a way out. Truth 11. Your attention is worth more than your degree. You've been trained to believe the most valuable thing you have is your education, your credentials, your title. Wrong. The most valuable thing you own is your attention. Because attention builds skill. Attention builds audience. Attention is the currency of every winner in the digital age. The degree got you the first.
Man, this is such a fire video because this guy is just dropping truth bombs. Like your attention, whatever you focus on expands. Whatever you ignore, is gone. Well, it's when it comes to emotions, it's not gone. They just kind of like stay there until you're ready to give them the attention. But that's a different case. When it comes to what you want to do, think about it. Your body is a tool and a vessel of adaptability, of change. People think, oh, if you want to get better at basketball, you have to have good genes, blah, blah, blah. Yes, maybe if you want to get to the highest level, But for your everyday hooper, all you need to do is show up every day. Bro, if all you do is bounce the ball every single day, bro, by day 30, day 40, day 60, you'll be able to do things that day 1, day 2 would have never been able to do with the ball. Pause. But that's what the human body is and the human mind. It's literally one of adaptation. You can be anything you want to be if you simply keep doing it. That's it. Not for 1 week and then give up, not for 2 weeks. Keep doing it. And slowly, incrementally, little by little, you will find that, bruh, you're doing way better. In the game of content, every video you post makes you a better on-screen persona. You might not realize it, but when you watch your first video and your 15th video and your 50th video, you will be able to spot the difference. You just can't spot it in real time because you are you know, but you will see your confidence in front of the camera evolve and change over time. You will find yourself creating catchphrases you would have never thought of, just because you were more comfortable, you were more in your element over time. So keep doing it, whatever it is.
First job. But your ability to control your focus, that's what makes you irreplaceable. And most people, they give it away for free to apps, to drama, to people they don't even like, and then they wonder why they're stuck. The harsh truth is, you don't have a motivation problem. You have an attention economy problem. Control that, and you unlock compounding success faster than any diploma ever could. Truth 12. If you're always available, you're signaling you're not valuable. If people can get your time anytime, they start to believe it's not worth much. That sounds harsh, but it's how we all operate. Urgency is value. Scarcity creates demand. And if you're always replying instantly, always saying yes, always on call, you're training people to treat you like background noise. Think about it. The most respected people you know, they're not accessible 24/7. They're selective, intentional, strategic, because their time is protected.
With Glovo, you've got the city at your fingertips. Got cravings? Order on Glovo. Running low on toiletries? Glovo's got you. Download Glovo. Order anything you want and receive it in minutes.
In 2018, I started preaching how you can earn money online. In 2020, I taught you guys how to rake in thousands of dollars.
You're running customer support for your own life, sprinting to answer every ping, every favor, every "can I pick your brain?" And every time you do it, your perceived value drops a little more. Want to be taken seriously? Make access to you earned, not assumed. It's not arrogance. It's positioning. Truth. 13. If you can suffer for 6 months, you can separate yourself for 6 years. Most people can't handle short-term pain. That's why they live in long-term disappointment. Discipline isn't about grinding forever. It's about being able to suck it up for just long enough to escape the cycle. 6 months of consistent effort, of showing up when it's boring, uncomfortable, even lonely, can put you so far ahead that everyone else will need years to catch up. But they won't, because they'll still be debating if now's the right time to start. While you were suffering, quietly, and compounding the whole time. The secret isn't in going harder. It's in going longer than most people are willing to endure. Anyone can sprint. Very few can bleed strategically. Do that, and you'll be untouchable by the time they look up. True.
Man, this is such good. This is honestly, bro. Am I subscribed? Nah, I'm subscribing, bro. I'm subscribing. Nah, this dude he's giving me all the cheese. Real, like, if you can just look, don't think about when you're gonna be successful. Just think about a short-term goal. If you're a content creator, give yourself 50 videos. Tell yourself it doesn't matter what happens, you will hit 50 videos. That's all you have to do. Don't think about, but no. Just say, I want to do 50 videos and go for 50. When you get to 50, look at your progress, evaluate, then go for 100. That's all. So you just tell yourself, I'm not doing this until I'm successful. I'm doing this until I hit 100 videos, right? And after 100 videos, I can quit. When you get to 100 and you still want to do it, go for 150. But I promise you, before you hit 200, you will see so much change in your content, in yourself, and in probably your video is 105. That's the video that takes you out of here. And you just get there simply, you weren't even expecting, you were just looking to get to 150. That's all it was. And then video 105 blows up and it's like, ah, damn, you know? So don't think about it. It's perspective. Just keep going. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So don't burn out. Don't go too hard and then give up. Go little. Give it 10%, 15%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50, 75. Just keep showing up 75 every day. Once in a while, you give it 100, but you chill the next day, 40, 50, 60, 70. That's it. But if you go video 100, video 200, video 300, video 400, by video 5, you're burnt out because you're putting too much pressure on yourself to make everything perfect, and it's not gonna be, So, beautiful information right there.
Truth 14. You don't win by being liked. You win by being useful. We live in a world obsessed with image, aesthetic, likability, vibes, and that's why most people stay broke. Being liked gets you followers. Being useful gets you freedom. You can spend years curating the perfect personal brand, or you can solve real problems and become irreplaceable. And here's what they don't tell you. You don't need to be the smartest, the most charismatic, or even the most liked. You just need to be someone who gets shut done and helps others do the same. People remember value, not personality. If you're useful enough, people will tolerate your flaws. If you're just likable, they'll forget you in 5 minutes. Build skill, solve pain, deliver results. Be a weapon, not a mascot. Truth 15. Power doesn't come from knowing. It comes from applying faster than others learn. This one separates thinkers from builders. Everyone has access to information now. Podcasts, books, courses, free game everywhere. And yet, most people stay stuck because they mistake knowing for growing. They binge YouTube tutorials for 3 hours and call it working on the business. Meanwhile, someone else watched one video and executed it by lunch. That's where the power is. In speed of implementation, in how fast you turn knowledge into action. You don't need to be a genius. You just need to move while they're still overanalyzing. The edge is not knowing more. It's using what you know before it's common. In a world full of thinkers, be the one who builds. You know what separates the people who actually change from the ones who just binge videos like this? Action. Most will nod, save, and move on. Like the truth didn't just slap them in the face, but if you're still here, you already know you're capable of more. The scary part isn't that you're behind. It's that you're still wasting time even after knowing all this. And if that hit, good. Because the next thing you need to hear is even worse. You've already wasted 60% of 2025. Keep scrolling and you'll waste the rest.
That's such a fire way to end the video. I can't even lie, man. Because, we're also caught up in thinking and analyzing and calculating and, trying to predict what is going to happen, what's the play. And we don't realize that time is ticking. Time is still moving. Why not just do? Why not just make the video, no matter how imperfect it is? Why not just execute the idea, no matter how sloppy it is? You don't know. And then make incremental changes little by little as you go. We're also caught up on one thing that we don't realize that the thing that is actually going to be what does it for us, it's 200 iterations from that thing. That idea is the foundation, it's the basis. It's not the one that's going to do it. It's raw. The idea that's going to do it is after 200 iterations, 200 corrections. But then you're so caught up on iteration 1, you never get to iteration 2. Therefore, iteration 200 never happens. And time just keeps going. And then one day you look back with all that regret and be like, man, I should have just done it. And that's the hardest thing. That's the hardest pill to swallow. Because you only get one life. And you wasted it because of fear. Fear of failure. Man, I'm not scared of failure. I'm scared of not being successful. And that's the perspective we should all have. I'm scared of being 30 and still broke. I'm broke now, but that's cool. I'm young. But if I get to 30 and I'm not lit, I'm scared. Because at that point, I should be lit. You know what I'm saying? I should be lit. By 35, I need to be a king. I need to be running shit out here, man. I have siblings. I need to be able to take care of them comfortably and enjoy my life in the process. I want to be on the beach somewhere sipping coconut milk and watching the sunset, you know? But how's that going to happen if I'm scared to post a video, if I give up on my content creation journey? But I'd rather go my entire life trying out what I want to do and it never working and then dying knowing that I gave it my best. Because no, I can't blame myself because I did everything I could. Rather than, no, I'll do it later. Or, man, it's probably not even going to work. Why should I try? Why should I be the one that makes it out? And then never do anything. And then on my deathbed, broke, of course, I'll be thinking, man, what if I had just done that? You know, because when you think about it, 2 years is still going to pass. The only difference is, are you going to have 2 years worth of reps in this thing that you want to do? Or are you still going to be thinking about it? That's the end of this video. Smash a like, subscribe, share if you're into it, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.